Hey, teacher friends, are you looking to get started with using AI in your practice, but not sure where to begin? Maybe you've gone to a bunch of trainings, watched some videos, and you know that there's just a ton of tools out there to save you time, but perhaps they cost you money. Well, I'm here to say that you really don't need to pay if you want to play with AI. And AI is just phenomenal to save you a ton of hours for planning and doing tasks that really you just need kind of a teaching assistant to do. I'm going to show you some custom GPTs, and those are generative pre-trained transformers. They are just versions of ChatGPT that I've customized to complete a certain purpose. Let's say you have to write an IEP, or you need a behavior intervention plan, or you want to think about how to design instruction based on a content standard. Well, ChatGPT is going to give you the GPT version. So what you want to do is take a look at this video. I'm going to be sharing these 5 GPTs that I've created using ChatGPT, and I'll even show you at the end how you can create your own GPT so that a lot of the things that you do on a regular, you can just automate with ChatGPT. And if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Dickinson from Teacher Prep Tech. This is your go-to space for tech tools. So make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know what kind of ChatGPT features you'd like to see into your practice so that I can help you take the tedious out of teaching. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with these AI tools that I've customized for you. Now, you can get a link to this Google spreadsheet in the comments on my video, but please make sure you like and subscribe just to show me the love. All right, first tool that I want to share with you guys. This is an IEP Goal Builder. Super easy to use. You have to add some information. Let's say you didn't. Say an IEP for a child with auditory processing. Now it's going to come back and say, hey, I need this kind of information, because this is the information I told the ChatGPT needs to be in the IEP. And so once you've added all this information, then you've successfully created the IEP. It's going to give you some SMART goals. It's going to tell you what's timely, what's measurable, outcomes, and when you need to achieve by them. Another tool. I love this behavior intervention plan. This is phenomenal because as a brand new teacher, I always had students that Lord, they gave me a hard time and I needed to get some support. So behavior intervention plan, you can always just ask it for advice on any particular kind of behavior that you're looking to address. But let's just say you're a 6th grade ELA teacher and you need a BIP for a student who can't sit still, right, in their seat. Now it's going to say, hey, that's awesome. Here's some information that I need to tailor this plan. Does the student have a 504? And I can go back and answer each one. No 504. How often, in what context is this happening with the excessive, every class without asking for permission and ignoring the rules? And gets out of seat to talk with friends. And what happens before and after the student gets out of the seat? Student tips in chair and then leaves without permission. Okay. Strengths and interests. Let's think about some of the positives of this student, right? 4, likes the computer and likes being with friends. And what strategies have I worked on so far? Praise and time with friends. Let's see what it comes up with. So it's going to design a behavior and system plan. Now, this is something that you could use to share with the student or share with the parents. Again, since it's in the ChatGPT format, you can continue to modify it. It's giving you consequences, strategies, incentives, reinforcement plans, How are you going to track that behavior? Things like that. Looks good, right? Another AI tool, this is for the teachers I work with in math, is a math differentiation coach. This is awesome. All you really need to do is you could ask it about any content standard that you're working on, and it's going to help you think about how to differentiate that standard. And by differentiation, I'm talking about supporting all your different kinds of students and where they are in their progression of learning. So I just added a content standard. This is a 7th grade standard. And again, I have already told the module what I want it to do when it gets the standard. I want it to, give me a list of what the students will be doing, what skills, and what the concepts students will be learning about based on this content standard. So what are their no's? And then I asked it to give me a vertical alignment. So what happens in prior grades, previous to learning the standard, and what will be coming up next in 8th grade, because this is a 7th grade standard. I've also asked it to give me some, the big ideas, the conceptual understanding, and then the procedural fluency for this content standard. And again, it's ChatGPT, so it could have errors, absolutely, but I would say for the most part, it's pretty much on point with this standard, right? And I even asked it to generate a student-friendly learning objective with some essential questions. And I can use these to think about how I'm going to introduce the topic, how I'm going to, what questions I'm going to ask my students to see if they understand the concept of scale, along with a suggested pacing and then some UDL and differentiation tips. Pretty cool. If I wanted to, say, can you help me integrate this across other content areas? It will also do that for me as well. And so we can continue to have a conversation and continue to, build on a plan using this math differentiation coach AI tool. Another one that's awesome is the lesson designer. Again, I've already prefabbed it with some things I want it to look for and some things that, are essential to designing instruction. So it will come back with you and say, hey, give me these specifics. It's 9th grade. We're doing cell structure, focusing on academic language, and in person. Right now it's going to give me a lesson based on the content standard, which I didn't even include. It was able to figure that out, right? Because it has this large data source where it can actually use that based on some of the keywords that I've included and some of the information I've provided. All right, so these are all awesome AI tools. If you want to create your own, you can easily do that inside the ChatGPT tool. What you'll want to do is go into your ChatGPT, and then you'll see once you're in there on this sidebar is a little icon called GPTs, and you're just going to click on the GPT. And now once you're in this space of GPTs, you click on My GPT, and you can create a customized GPT. Let's say I want to create a customized GPT, and I want it to be a warm-up for my 1st grade math class based on 1st grade math standards. Be sure to spiral them, the warm-ups, so that we're reviewing the skills every day. All right, so now it's going to create a GPT. I can go into it every day and say, give me a warm-up on this, give me a warm-up on that. And again, I can let the GPT know certain parameters that I want within my GPT. Maybe I don't want the warm-ups to be heavy on academic language because my students are beginner readers and they might not have that foundation to read academic text. So I just want my warm-ups to just be math problems with numbers. Awesome. Yes, I like that image. Okay, so I'm just going to tell it, please be sure the warm-ups are age appropriate and don't have a heavy focus on language, as it can be a barrier. And now I've told it exactly what I wanted to do. So now I can go ahead and start creating some warm-ups once it's updated. Okay, minimizing the language demand. Yeah, let's try out. Give me a math warm-up on geometry. I already told it, first grade, not a lot of language. Name that shape. Boom. Which one doesn't belong? Draw a shape and a quick review. Awesome. Give me a warm-up on missing add-ins. Okay? And there we go. So now I have my GPT. Let me know in the comments what other types of GPTs would you like to create, what you liked about this video. And again, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.